Hello, welcome back to Average Gamer Plays Factorio. Now I've done a little bit more tidying up off camera. I've expanded the bus. I've taken out everything to do with our little mini mall and the mini bus that was feeding it. So I've tidied up the feeds of the materials into here. So I've now got the copper sharing the line with the gears over here. That's a little bit neater, and I've changed the green the automation science, or is it logistics science? I've changed that to feed off the bus, but I've had to put a couple of gear machines in here because I was initially making gears at the bottom and then putting them on a belt. I'm no longer putting gears on a belt, so I've just got to make them on site. I've taken up all the little temporary storage boxes that I used, but I then found I had dozens and dozens of items in my inventory, so I've just manually dumped them all back into these chests. Now, even though these chests, the slots have been blocked off, you can still manually put items into there and it will draw items from there. It just won't automatically put items in there anymore because these two slots are full. So we've got lots and lots of items. I had lots and lots of red belts as well. Everything's all stacked away, but they'll all get used, or at least we won't be making any more until we need to, put it that way. Tree still there, I'll leave that there. Now I've noticed, the other little thing that I've done off camera was I've just wandered around and put a couple more radars down. One down at the south, one down here in the east. I've only just recently done that. They've not had a chance to scan very much, so that'll fill in over time. But I've noticed a mistake with the way that I've designed this mall. It's not a very major mistake, but it is still a mistake in that these, and I didn't notice it until I'd done the research for these stack inserters and put that in there, because these stack inserters need fast inserters as an ingredient. And it can't get the fast inserters because that's being made down there and just feeding into here. So I've got to change the layout of some of these assembly machines. So what we'll do, similar to the way we've got the yellow belts in the middle sort of feeding up and down to these other items, we'll have the fast inserters being made here in the middle, feeding up and down into the stack inserter and the filter inserter. That's what that is. That one can stay there. This one needs to come out. So I can change the recipe. Change that one to be the fast inserter. So that needs iron, electronic circuits and inserters. So I'll get the inserters. Doesn't quite I'll have to move this. Let's move that over a little bit. It's because I've got these two lines here, and that's what confused me. So that is going to be fast inserter. It needs iron. It needs electronic circuits as well, and that is just right there. Where's the best way of getting that? Shall I just feed another line in? No, hang on a minute. So that needs electronic circuits, and that's getting them from there, right? Yes, it would have been a little bit easier. Let's just tidy this up a little bit and just have what's the best way of doing this. These chests are in the wrong place now. I mean, it's not, it just means we're going to have a lot more undergrounds just to go through them. But we have got lots and lots of undergrounds, so let's Let's put them to use, shall we? Is that a tree? No, that's just a decorative. Okay. So that can get its electronic circuits from there. That can get its electronic circuits from there. We don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. This one will come out. This will have this. Let's do same as we did over there. We'll have that coming up that side. So that can feed into there, that can feed into there. And we now have everything we need to make the tast inserters. So let's just output those. Feed that over there. Have a box there. Now, hang on a minute, we're going to need... yeah, that doesn't quite work there. We're not supposed to have the gears on that belt. Now, I need the filter. I need to move those down into there. And up into this one, which is going to make, that's going to make stack inserters, and that is making filter inserters. So that has everything it needs, that's good. I'll put that into there. I've still got some of those, so let's just put all those away. Right, that needs gears, which you can get from there. It needs red and green circuits, which is going to get both of them from here when I make the red circuits. And then we'll have an output into the box over that way, I think. Wasn't quite in the right place. But it's getting gears, it's getting green circuits, it's getting fast inserters, and we're not making those yet. But when we do, and they go onto this belt, it's going to get those as well. So that's all fixed. So we've got everything set up to make all of the inserters that we need. Yeah, I think that's looking okay. So let's have a look at the to-do list. We've actually done quite a lot of these things that are on the to-do list. We didn't do military science yet. That was the first thing on the list. We've actually done everything else that was down here. We've done drill for oil. I'm going to tick off proper mall because we're just going to extend and expand on this. We might extend it out the back here. We might just build a new one at the top here. I haven't decided yet, but we've basically got them all in place. We've expanded the bus. That's got lots and lots of lanes on it for lots of different things. We've done proper steel smelting in terms of we've actually got a proper array set up here instead of just having like two little temporary machines, which is what we first had. So we can just fill that in as and when we need more steel. So we've done that. We've done the proper stone and brick smelting. So again, we've just built a proper smelting array for that instead of just having half a dozen machines at the bottom of the just below the ore patch like we had before. So we need to do military science. Well, before we do that, I'm going to do advanced circuits now that we've got plastics. Then we can do military science, and then we'll do chemical science. I'm trying to remember the names for them instead of just saying yellow, green, and purple. So chemical science is blue, production science. And I can't remember the next one, so let's just have a look at the technology tree. So that's production, that utility science. And while we're here, what can we research next? We'll have inserter capacity bonus 2. We'll have logistic train network. I'm not sure if I'll use it in this. I probably won't need it until we get towards sort of more mega base capacity, but we'll have that. Flamethrower just leads on to more refined flammables. I don't think we need that. Landmines is just the end of a tree. We don't really need that. Combat robotics, I don't need that because I'm not going to use the robots to help fight the biters because there aren't any biters. Rocketry, we will need that because it leads on to Spidertron and no, it leads on to Spidertron, but I can't do that without the military science. And in fact, all these other items down here need 3 sciences, so I'm going to need at least military and chemical science before carrying on with very much further down the research tree. So our hand is being forced at the moment. So we can't do very much else on the research until we build some more factories. So let's get the military. Now let's get the red circuits on the go first. So advanced circuits needs plastic bar, copper cable, and electronic circuits. So we'll have similar to what we had down here. Some machines making copper cable. Now let's just double check. 2 plastic bar, 4 copper cable, 2 electronic circuits. That's right. So it usually has. We can have the plastic bar to make copper cable. We first need some copper. Let's get some copper going along there. Let's put down some machines. Get them to make copper cable. Start using these larger power poles. Let's link it in with the existing source of power. So let's try something very similar to what we had. I'm not sure if I've got the ratios right or not here, but it will produce something for us. It may not be perfect. And then we're going to have one belt coming in that's going to have the plastic and green circuits on it, and then a belt going out that's going to have the red circuits in the middle. So that's a very sort of similar layout to what we've had down here. And then again we can mirror it on the other side. So we're going to have let's just have one of those coming in, and then we'll have one of those going out, and a power pole in the middle. So this is going to have plastic on one side and what's it need? Plastic and electronic circuits, which are both over there. Something like that. A little gap in there. At that, it lines up perfectly. So when that goes across, we shall confirm. Confirm that this is all working. It is. It's got the stuff that it needs, so we'll just duplicate this. So that produces... Yeah, I can't really be bothered to do the mathematics at the moment. In fact, what we'll do, we've got a mod here, Factory Planner. We'll let this do the calculations for us. Right, a sub-factory, so it's going to be advanced search. And give it an icon. The product we're going to be making is advanced circuits, and we want, let's say 60. And we left click it to add the recipe. Oh, no. So we click on that product there, and that tells us we need 12 assembly machine 1s to make 60. We click on that and it tells us we need 2 assembly machine 1s to make enough copper cable to feed those. And we've already got the plastic coming in, so I won't worry too much about the plastic. If I need more plastic, I'll deal with that separately by expanding the oil refining and the chemical plants over there. So basically the ratios are, we need 2 assembly machines making copper plate feeding 12 assembly machines making the red circuits. Do I need to save that? Let's just see. So that's 2 and 12. Let's go back into Factory Planner. It has saved that. Yes, I think I can archive it if I need to do something else. So 2 and 12. So we'll rearrange this a little bit. So basically what other people have done is had the 2 machines outputting onto a belt there. But is there a better way of doing this? Because we don't need the copper going any further down Let's try something a little different. We have copper coming in. Let's do something similar to what I did with the gears onto the maul. So we'll have that going out that way, that one going out that way, and then onto a belt. Which for the time being can go down in that direction. That needs to have an underground there, so that can pick up the copper. Don't need the copper going any further than that. Give that some power, copy paste that into there. I've built this all one unit too far across, so let's just take that away. Rebuild it. So that can be a neat belt of copper cable. Then we'll have these machines making red circuits. They're going to pick up the copper cable. They're going to pick up the plastic and electronic circuits, and they're going to output. So again, this belt is going to be down here, and this belt is going to be up there. So I don't need to do too much with that. Let's just take that off a little bit, because I might be able to, if I duplicate this, I might just be able to just put a splitter and have this one belt feeding 2 rows of factories, but I don't know if it's going to have enough raw materials on it to be able to do that, so we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Put a hole in the middle of that. That is enough to power everything, so that's 2, 3, 4. And in fact, I don't need a second line of green circuits and plastic, because I can just duplicate what I had up here and use a short inserter to do the output and a long inserter to do the input. We will probably need a lot more red circuit factories than we've got there, but that will be enough for the time being. So we've got some red circuits. We were going to put the red circuits right, we'll have them going up onto the bus. Yeah, for the sake of argument, we'll have them on the bus. There. That is going to go up there for as and when we need them later on. And then we can feed them off the bus at this point. And we'll feed them down. Probably take that up. I don't need that making engines anymore. I'll take it up later. And now let's just put a little gap in there, and then that is going to be my shared belt of green and red circuits. back so we don't lose too many red circuits. I will put a little filter on there, a little belt going the other way to make sure we're only actually getting half a belt of red circuits coming off here in the first place, because there's only half a belt of red circuits going on down there. So that's all we need coming in. Won't be any more bottlenecks or items backing up there. So red circuits do take a while to produce, and now that they're up there, we are actually producing these stack inserters. And we will just filter that to two slots there. Make sure we don't overproduce that. So that's all done. That's all done. Yay! Advanced circuits done. Right, military science. Seems like ages ago when we started this, but I think we're finally in a good position to finish it off, and then we can carry on doing some more research. So on with the military science. Let's see where we're up to. Right, let's use our factory planner again. New sub-factory. Mill science. That one. Product. Military science 60. Left click, 10 assembly machines for that, and we need 3 for the piercing rounds, 8 for the grenades, and 1 for the walls. Okay, and then we're going to need some firearm magazines as well, 1 firearm magazine. Okay, so 1 firearm, 8 piercing rounds. So there's 1 firearm magazine. Well, in the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That needs steel plate. It's 5 copper, 1 steel, 1 firearm. So I'll have the steel on the same belt as the firearm magazines. So we'll get some steel coming out onto there. So that's going to be there. In fact, let's put that there so that we can have that going that way. Right, we're going to need copper plate, and we're also going to need somewhere to, yeah, we'll have the outputs coming out. We have the outputs coming out there, and then we'll have the inputs of the copper plate at the top. Right. Let's spread these out a little bit, because otherwise I'm going to have two power poles, one at the top and one at the bottom. Two, three, how many do we need there? For 10, was it? No, I tell a lie, I misread that. 3 of those. Good job I checked. 1 of those, 3 of those is 8 grenade machines and 10 final machines. So we only need 3 of these. So that's 1, 2, 3. It's alright. Is that all working nicely? There's one coming out. Okay. So we need 8 of these grenade machines. Let's take that off for the minute. So the final... So let's say we have some grenade machines down here. Outputting onto the other side of this belt. And then the military science takes, yeah, piercing rounds, grenades and walls. So we can take, right, let's, now hang on a minute, grenades needs to read from the iron plate. I've started building this too close here again, haven't I? I'm not giving myself enough space, as per usual. Right, let's move this up to the top, because I haven't given myself enough space down here. So that still needs that iron can stay where it is. Come on, get rid of all this. So we need to make grenade, it is 10 coal and 5 iron. So we'll have, yeah, a full line of coal and a full line of iron. And then we'll start that up here, and we'll have 2 of those and 1 of those, and then we need a machine making walls, and that just takes stone brick, and it takes 5 stone brick, and we just needed 1 of those, didn't we? That's right, 1 machine making walls. Making stone brick, so we don't need any of this going any further than that. Right, stone brick makes walls, so what we'll do is we'll have machine over there making walls, and we'll have it outputting onto a belt here which can go onto the other side of that one. So this one is going to be piercing rounds and walls. So we need, yeah, 1 piercing round, 1 grenade, 2 walls, that'll be okay. So we'll get the brick coming in over here we can. Yeah, we might have to just fiddle it around a little bit, because in order to get that to come out along there, that coal splitter has to be moved. So we'll have the brick one coming out up there. Okay. Should I do it that way? Should I? Is that coming out a little bit higher up? And then, yeah, we'll have to just create a gap in there. That can go along there. Oh. So then we have 8 machines, was it? 10 machines making Ray Science. So we'll have that coming up. What we'll do is we'll have this coming down, and what we'll have is yeah, 1, 2, 4, 5. They will output onto a belt in the middle, and then we'll have another 5 outputting onto the same belt. Then we'll have these ingredients running around the outside, except those ingredients won't get to that machine there, will it? It will if I just go no, I don't want that to happen. This may look a little bit messy, but we'll have that coming out there. And I'm out of belts for the time being. Let's go and grab some more of them for the mall. So the question is that now making enough materials? Doesn't look like we've got enough walls coming in, does it? So that's red and green. So the military science is going to come in along here. And it's still getting split onto both sides of the belt, isn't it? Yeah, what we'll do is we'll just do that. So all the military science, whichever side of the belt it comes in on here, it always goes onto one side of the belt there, and it'll all just stay on one side of the belt. And then when we have the chemical science, that can just filter in and we can fill the other side of this belt. In fact, it might be easier if we have that going down that way and coming onto this side of the belt, so when we get the chemical science it can just sort of come in down there and automatically go onto the other side of this belt here. So that's going to be my input for chemical science when we get that running. So let's just double check that everything here is working. It's taking its time, isn't it? I don't think we're making enough walls. Let's upgrade these to a fast inserter. What if we do 2 fast inserters? What if we do a fast inserter on the output as well? So at least now we're getting walls coming out there a bit quicker. Let's just wait and watch this for a minute and see if it... Oh, what have I got on here? Why have I got copper plate on there? Why have I got copper plate coming in down here? Copper ore, rather. Is this because one of my miners is picking up some... No, it's because that belt is coming along there. If I do that, that will still be able to pick up. That inserter will still be able to pick up, but none of the items off this belt here will go onto this one. Now, all those are working. They've all got little green dots on them, which means we are making enough walls. Don't need that last couple of bits of belt over there. So we can... no, I'll keep those bricks on me. I'll use them for making paths. So let's have a look and see what science we can do that needs military. We don't need flamethrower or landmines, combat robotics. Rocketry we need. Stronger explosives will be useful. Advanced oil, that needs chemical science, doesn't it? Is there anything else that just needs... There isn't. Not that we can make use of anyway. Cliff explosives. Oh yes, accumulators will have multiple solar panel. Useful. I don't think we need anything else off that list. So with the military science, if you're playing without biters, you do need some of it, but you don't need an awful lot. Right, done. What do we need for chemical science? Let's have a little look at factory planner. New sub factory.